Dudes on Movies podcast with your hosts, Scott Charboneau and David Lynn Miller.
Welcome to Dudes on Movies. I'm your dude, Scott.
I'm your dude, Dave.
And today we're discussing 1998's Wild Things, directed by John McNaughton and starring Neve Campbell and Denise Richards. It's August, it's the Summer of Sleaze, and we're kicking it off properly. Dave, why don't you give everyone a synopsis?
Yes, well, this is the movie about a respected guidance counselor in an affluent high school who finds himself in a scandal involving rape allegations from two of his students. And what comes next is a layered mystery that we're going to do our best to document and solve. So please prepare yourselves, everybody.
Yes, and high spoiler alert, because this movie hinges on nudity, but also a lot of twists and turns.
Yes. I'm glad you said that, because I'll start this one off with a necessary disclaimer. Yes, we always spoil every movie we cover on this show, obviously. And if you guys have listened to us for a while, you know this. But this is serious. Because this is the rare case where half the movie is nothing but spoilers. So before we get started, we're going to warn you right here. If you haven't seen this film and you don't want to be spoiled, please see the movie and then come back for our spoiler-heavy discussion.
Yes, and I love how you're talking about Wild Things and you said, this is serious. Which no one has ever said.
Probably not, no.
If you were alive in 1998, you've probably heard of this film. Or if you were at least older than 10, you've probably heard of this film.
I would think so, yes.
So Dave, you threw this on the schedule. Why don't you tell us why?
Oh, yes. Well, yeah, for one thing, as far back as I can remember, I've been fascinated by almost all erotic thrillers. But for me, there aren't many movies of any genre that are more fun than this one. Because, this story is compelling and full of twists, and it's unapologetically sleazy. And once you've seen it, you want to see it again because you have new knowledge about the characters and because of the sleaze.
Mm-hmm.
It always goes down real easy.
There's more than one reason. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, I agree. I think on a second viewing, you pick up on the things that they left there for you on your next viewing.
And then if a couple years goes by and you don't remember every detail, even if you've seen it and you know how it ends, there's things that you forgot, and you're like, oh man, I got to watch it again with that new knowledge.
Right, and you'll see someone do something, and you'll be like, oh yeah, now I remember why they're behaving that way.
Yep.
Seems a little odd, but okay, that would make sense.
Right.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
This movie has I think I wrote down there's 6 plot twists or double crosses of some kind throughout this entire film.
That's right. And it isn't airtight. I mean, depending
No.
on how many times you've seen it and what you remember from your previous viewing, you start to wonder why characters do what they do. And sometimes things don't fully hold together, but I always give it a pass because the rest of the movie is such a great time.
Yeah, and when you do try to layer this type of deceit and plot twists and keep it all organized, it's very difficult to do. And I think this movie does a very good, not perfect, but a very good job at managing it.
Yes, I do too. And I like how ambitious it is, and that even if it doesn't fully hold together and you can pull it apart, it's it does a better job than Terminator 2 does when it comes to time travel things. Because, I know that doing time travel is more difficult, but, I'll say it, Wild Things does a better job of, having this house of cards, stand up than Terminator 2 does.
It might. That's a bold statement, man.
That's right.
I mean, this is more plausible, I guess, than T2.
Certainly,
so,
yes. This could happen. This is happening right now.
It probably is, man. Florida's crazy, right?
Yes, Florida is our most questionable state. And Palm Beach in particular, which Blue Bay is based on, yes.
I just thought of something. I was thinking of other films for Summer of Sleaze, and they're all in Florida. I don't get it.
Well, because, dude, yes, it is, there's a reason it has the reputation it does.
That's
it
true,
is.
yeah.
It is,
Yeah.
a hot place where bad shit goes down.
Yeah, and man, this movie, it really does bring the sleaze. I think Matt Dillon is severely underrated as an actor because this performance is amazing. He has to play these two different kind of sides that he has.
Yes, he didn't get nearly the credit he deserved in the early part of his career, and this stuff and everything that came before it, should have, made him more well-respected.
Yeah.
It wasn't until he was, in his 50s that, critics actually took notice that, oh, this guy is really good.
Right, yeah, and in a movie like this, the performances are vital.
Yeah.
Because it can either be, way too cheesy and just completely ridiculous, or it can be too self-serious, or it can be this, which feels plausible.
Yeah, that is hard to do, to find that balance.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think the casting was perfect for everyone in this film.
They do a good job.
Yeah. So you want to get into this?
Yes, dude. Let's get into this film.
Let's get sweaty. Let's get swampy.
And it's weird because like the first thing, like the credits established what you're in for with these tracking shots of the Everglades, compared with what they're calling Blue Bay.
Yeah.
Which is, this well-heeled suburb of Miami. And you get top billing for executive producer Kevin Bacon.
Yeah.
He does have a big role in the movie. And I don't know if you can argue that you could argue that he's the biggest star, maybe, but like...
At the time,
yes.
Probably.
But he's not the main character.
No, he's not. He's almost a side character for a big part of the movie. He becomes more involved later, but... I think... maybe he pulled some strings as the producer to get top billing.
It sounds like
I know this was the first movie he ever produced.
Yes.
And there's a scene later in the movie where he could have sued himself, I read.
Yeah.
And we'll get to that.
We sure will.
But anyway, yeah, we get this flyover of the Everglades, and it's like this there's kind of this droning music over it, like this is a down and dirty bayou kind of music like a score. It's kind of set in this like grimy tone of it. I love it. And it's flying over the Everglades. We're seeing gators and fan boats and all that stuff. And then we get into the city and there's the skyscrapers and we see like all these nice houses. They're $1 million homes down here. And then we end up at the school, which looks like it's a very nice school also. I thought maybe it's like some private school. I don't think it is because there's poor kids there and like like Susie. I mean, she has no money, right? Like she can't be attending a private school,
right? And I guess that's the like public schools in rich areas they look like private schools to us.
Yeah, and so we get there and there's an assembly happening, and we get to meet Matt Dillon's character, Sam Labardo. He's the respected teacher you mentioned earlier.
Yes. He's been a guidance counselor for many years and a teacher at this school. And he's addressing the kids, and they're having an assembly to talk about, like, sex crimes.
Mm-hmm.
And they've invited 2 cops there. Officer Ray Duquette, played by Kevin Bacon, and then Daphne Rubin Vega's character.
Yeah, Perez.
Yeah, Detective Perez. And, this 90s teen audience is about as smart-assed as you're imagining they would be.
I love how you identify them as 90s teen.
Well, dude.
Which is what they are.
I mean, yes. I mean, it's like, when I watch movies that take place in a 90s high school, like, I'm nostalgic at first, and then I see the way everyone's acting, and I'm like, oh yeah, that was fucking miserable.
Yeah, we all sucked back then.
Yes. It's just the worst.
I'm sure kids are horrible still, but
yes,
this was a special kind of horrible.
It really was. Yeah, I mean, like we were dirty teens.
Kurt Cobain was our god.
I mean, yes, yeah, I know. We couldn't be helped.
You couldn't avoid it at all. And so yeah, they are there. They're talking about sex crimes, and I remember from the trailer specifically, Matt Dillon says, "Now, what is a sex crime?" Or maybe it's Kevin Bacon. I don't know. And then a guy in the crowd goes, "Not getting any." It's a big trailer moment.
Oh, yeah.
I think it's that, the Justin guy?
Is his name Jimmy or
Jimmy?
Justin?
It might be Jimmy.
He's the guy who Sam takes, like, an interest
it's that
in.
guy.
Yes.
He's an idiot kid, right?
Yes.
So, Nev Campbell is in the audience also. She plays Susie, and she sees Duquette up there starting to talk to these kids, and she storms out and says, like, fuck that guy. And makes a scene and leaves. There's some kind of bad blood between them. We know right away.
Uh-huh.
And then, I mean, we cut from this assembly out to the sailboat club or something.
Yeah, and it's a rich school when they have a sailing team.
Yeah. I mean, you're on the beach. There's got to be some kind of stuff, right?
And I mean, it's like you're competing against maybe 4 other schools. Like how many other schools, even in Florida, have a sailing team?
I don't know. You know what? I don't want to speak out of line. I have no idea. Maybe it's very common down there.
I hope that, like, they have to go up against, like, the high school that's in the Everglades, so they're going against fan boats.
So is this school on the beach? Because this dock is at the school.
The school is, like, right next to the beach, yes.
Oh, my God. What a school.
Yeah. These kids have it made.
They do. That's kind of the point of the movie. some people here have it made, other people do not.
Yes, of course.
And so, yeah, we meet Matt Dillon at this club teaching that Jimmy kid, like, how to sail and stuff. And Jimmy's like, man, I want one of those. It's this big, like, motorboat thing.
It's a yacht. It's a luxury yacht.
It's a luxury yacht. Yeah, not a motorboat. It's a boat with an engine.
Yeah.
Let's say that.
Yeah,
a
that's
giant
right.
yacht with an engine.
Uh-huh.
And Matt Dillon says, that ain't a boat, you know. That's a boat. And there's this big, like, schooner out there with the masts up and the sails. He's like, that's how you sail. And he's, like, trying to help this kid. So he got him into this class because he doesn't have the money, but he's helping him get in, and he's making him pay it off by learning how to sail. So he's, like, teaching this kid, you know, good skills and being, like, a fatherly role to him. So Matt Dillon's already comes off as, like, a good guy.
Yeah.
We see that he's helping these kids, right?
And just remember, everything we tell you, everybody, about like each character, like in the moment, that's for the moment.
Yes.
That's what we know.
There is every scene that goes on, there's almost another, like, part of the onion peeled back.
Yes.
And so up comes Denise Richards. She plays Kelly
Van Ryan.
And she's a rich girl. She's a popular cheerleader. And she comes up and she says to him, can I play too, or is it just for boys?
You know, okay.
To her guidance counselor.
It's from the start.
Yeah.
Because, like, when Sam and Jimmy were docking the boat and tying it off to the cleat and everything, and the cheerleaders were in the middle of a cheer about 10 feet away while the football team practiced. And there's a close-up on Denise Richards, you know, as Kelly, and she's, you know, she's shaking it, and and she's doing the cheer with big smile and everything, and, like, they linger on it, you know, like, hey, look at these chicks.
Yeah.
And they're letting you know that they're looking at Sam, because, like, Sam is, I mean, yes, anytime there was a really hot teacher, everybody, the whole school knows it.
Yep.
You know, and everybody talks about it. Yes.
And they would fantasize about it. And
naturally.
Sometimes things would happen, you know, and it shouldn't, because it's very inappropriate.
That's right.
And it's obvious from the get-go, Kelly wants Sam Lombardo. Like, she is totally flirting. She's trying to get him alone. She wants him.
The whole school knows it, and she throws herself at him.
It's, in front of everybody.
And unfortunately, he doesn't do the right thing, and he gives Jimmy a ride home, which is also inappropriate.
Yeah, you shouldn't give any students a ride home,
No
right?
student should get in your Jeep.
Right. I guess if you have 2 or 3 of them, it's fine. I don't know.
That's the weird thing. That's how he, like, justifies it to himself. It's like, because, like, when she asks him, you know, hey, can I get a ride home? Because, like, I guess her mom is not coming or whatever.
Yeah.
That's when he says to Jimmy, hey, Jimmy, do you need a ride? And so it, like, okay, if Jimmy's here, then that makes it okay. There's another witness to show that I never touched this kid.
Right. And so whenever he asks Jimmy, you can see Kelly's kind of like, shit. And then they pull off, and you get a needle drop of the greatest 90s song ever, Semi-Charmed Kind of Life by Third Eye Blind. I said it that way to piss off Dave. It is not the greatest 90s song.
You know, here's the thing. Like, I'll tell you what.
Okay.
I'll take Semi-Charmed Life over the other stuff that's on this soundtrack.
Okay.
I don't like Smash Mouth.
Oh, I do.
I
especially their first album.
Okay, well, you know what?
Before All Star.
Well, I especially don't like their cover songs.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, and this Why Can't We Be Friends cover, it sounds like a Smash Mouth song.
It's okay. I was in a ska band.
Yes.
So I was into that stuff.
I know.
I loved it.
I know.
Yeah. But I agree. The covers, I don't love it.
No, exactly. Yeah. I mean, and I guess, like, I said it sounds like a Smash Mouth song because, which I guess means that they made it their own.
Yeah.
But I don't like Smash Mouth, so I don't like that.
Yeah.
I can't appreciate it.
Right. And so we mentioned Third Eye Blind and then went directly to Smash Mouth because you get a second needle drop after Sam pulls up to Susie, played by Neve Campbell, and offers her a ride.
Uh-huh.
And then she immediately flips off Kelly because she calls her like a whore for less or something like that.
Yeah, the insults they trade with one another during this part of it,
It's where'd you get those shoes? Whores for less?
Yeah,
what the hell?
That is nothing. That is pretty. That is weak shit.
And yeah, they hate each other.
Right.
Right. the popular girl hates the outsider freak girl.
Yes,
Yeah.
and just like
And vice versa.
And it's the old joke that we've all been making for the last 20 years on the internet of like the outsider freak girl. It's Neve Campbell wearing goth stuff, and
there.
she looks incredible,
Right?
But in this movie, in the world of this movie, it's said that she is an outsider and she's unpopular.
And it has nothing to do with her beauty, right? She's a gorgeous woman, right? And it's just because of her class in the society.
Yes.
She's a lower class person, and she does not conform to these rich people ideals.
Yes, and she's working on that beetle herself, which Kelly would never turn a wrench or anything. I mean, forget
No
it.
way. Screw that.
Right.
And so after Smash Mouth is done playing, we get to see Kelly dropped off at her gigantic mansion by Jimmy and Sam. And as they pull up, Kelly's mom, Sandra Van Ryn, played by Teresa Russell, comes out on the balcony in her robe and her bra and underwear, just like completely revealing everything. It's like, hey, Sam, why don't you come in for a drink? And he's like, sorry, can't do that. And there's obviously something has been going on with them because she is just inviting him up immediately. Maybe she's been after him a while. We don't know the story.
Okay, it's okay for like a parent to be on a first name basis with the teacher. That's okay.
Yeah.
That means that people are like showing up to PTA meetings and there's a positive relationship there.
Right.
But to greet the teacher in this fashion, either something happened already or Sam has somehow invited this. He's made her think that he's into this whole thing.
Right. I also feel she's Sandra Van Ryn, she gets what she wants.
I mean, yes, she has never been denied,
No.
and rightly so, because, Teresa Russell, she is a great-looking woman.
Yes, and she's rich. She controls the community.
Uh-huh.
She's fabulous, right?
Yes, she has Robert Wagner on retainer, apparently.
I know, right? How much does that cost?
Dude, that is not cheap.
And we're not talking about the character. She has the actor on retainer.
A handsome leading man.
Number 2 is at her command.
That's right.
And so he says, sorry, I'm not coming up there. And he drives off. Yeah.
Man, and it's just like, this is all happening in the first 15 minutes of Sam Lombardo just being propositioned everywhere he goes.
Right. And it's probably like 8 minutes. Like, it's like
I know.
real fast,
Yeah.
right? And so we failed to mention that Kelly came over to the boat dock to mention that, there's the cheerleader car wash that's this weekend.
Oh,
and,
man.
me and Nicole can come over and wash your dirty, dirty Jeep. She might as well just said that, right? She's like, me and Nicole will come over. And so he's like, well, I'm getting my Jeep muddy this weekend. Do you come over on Sunday or whatever? And you can scrub it down. This might as well be the dialogue. It's not, but...
Well, this is another thing that happens, no matter where, not just Florida, obviously all across this great land of ours, there are cheerleader car washes that are sanctioned.
Yeah.
And I've never seen it to where they just send cheerleaders to your home.
No, it's not a... No, it is not that.
Right.
It's at a parking lot where everyone can see what's happening.
Correct. Yes.
Yes.
And it is inappropriate for scantily clad 16-year-olds to bounce around on your car. That's not...
Yes.
They shouldn't do that. But they're doing it to raise money, and it's very successful.
In high school, I went to one because I was friends with some of the cheerleaders.
Sure.
And they were like, come on, we'll wash your car. I'm like, fine, all right, I'll go.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
it wasn't anything more than that.
Okay. Right.
But I was a high schooler, right? If it was more than that, it would be more appropriate than Jerry from down the street in his Ted Bundy van pulling up.
Which is... And all the Ted Bundys line up for the car wash because it's usually in a big parking lot.
You got to clean the blood out of the van.
And God, I can't believe that this goes on and it's sanctioned by the school and they get away with it.
Yeah, and so the day of the car wash arrives and there's a knock at Sam's door. He answers it and it's these 2 gorgeous high school cheerleaders and they're, hello, Mr. Lombardo.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, oh, come on. Are you serious? Denise Richards is just laying it on thick.
Oh, yeah.
And her friend Nicole is supporting this. Like, oh yeah.
And they're dressed in
down.
sheer clothing.
Sheer white cutoffs.
Yeah.
And they're going to get soaked.
Yeah.
And sudsy.
I mean, and yes.
Yes, this is going to happen.
And you've, like, purchased this as a fundraiser.
You paid for it, yeah. How about I just donate you some money?
I mean,
and
I know.
And I'll go down to, like, the Jiffy Lube and get my car washed there.
You know, you could work with the local businesses, with the Chamber of Commerce to, like, have Jiffy Lube, you know, like, donate, you know, a bunch of oil changes for half price or whatever. And then, yeah, that's how that works. You don't send children to people's houses to soap up.
I love oh my God, it's so ridiculous, right?
Yes.
And so he's like, all right, there's my Jeep right there. You can go wash it. And Denise Richards says, where's your hose, Mr. Lombardo? And he says, it's near the Jeep. The innuendo in this movie gets pretty serious.
I think she's twirling her hair when she asks
oh,
where
yeah,
his hose is.
she's probably chewing gum or something. Like,
yeah.
It's bad.
Like, hand on hip, booty out, the whole thing.
Yeah. There's lumps. You know, there are things.
And it's a good thing. It's a good thing for all of us that Denise Richards in real life was like 25 years old at the time, because this would be highly inappropriate.
Yeah, I think she was 27.
27.
Nev Campbell was 25.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
Right.
But still, they're high school kids.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Maybe they're 18 in the movie days.
They are. They say, I heard them say that they were 18.
Okay, well that makes everything in this movie more appropriate.
It does. It makes it like legal now. But still, it's still gross. And I love that whole thing, too, of like, oh, she's 18 years old. That makes it totally fine.
Oh, my God.
No, dude, it's still gross.
And so we get a montage of them washing the Jeep, and it's exactly what you expected it to be.
Uh-huh.
Lots of voyeuristic shots and lots of exploitation.
And the two kids down the street who are shooting baskets.
These like 10-year-olds?
Yes. Yeah. Like they just stop what they're doing and they watch this go down. Because I mean, like, they're never going to get this chance again.
I know. Because there's all these wet hijinks happening.
I mean, yes, they are like, they're doing exactly like what the cheerleader car wash promises you. They're splashing each other. They're wringing things out on their chests. They're, you know, like climbing all over the Jeep.
Right. And right before this happened, like, Sam's girlfriend left the house too.
Yes.
Like, this woman, Barbara Baxter, played by Jennifer Taylor. And she's like, you're letting Kelly Van Ryan wash your car? Like, I mean, I guess there's something going on between the Baxter and Van Ryans or something. I have no idea why she's so upset. But she is.
Well, and I think she knows Kelly because of like the country club stuff.
Yeah.
And because, like, we see later that Barbara is a member there. She's higher in class than Sam. She's like a high-priced lawyer, just like Robert Wagner. And so she knows the Van Ryans. Yeah. And she knows that how Kelly is.
And she's Wagner's daughter. So
that's right. Yeah, that's right.
So Sam is, like, punching above his weight class here. He's like a middle-class guy.
Right.
He's not rich like these people. He's not poor like some of the other people. He's just, like, got his teacher's salary and a probably pretty good one at this school, I would say.
Yeah.
And he's got a nice place. I would love to have that place.
Oh, I mean, that place is so nice. And to be that close to the beach and have this little bungalow like that, I mean, you're living like Meyer Lansky pretty much.
And he's got a fan boat. He's got a Jeep he goes out into the swamp with. This is great.
It's a sweet life.
Yeah.
And also, too, that like during that interaction with Samantha, with the mom, she had said to Sam during their interaction, like, hey, like she mentions Barbara and says, she's never going to marry you. I know you're out here like trying to like, he accuses him of being a gold digger. Yeah. Like that he's dating these country club women in the hopes of like, getting that life for himself. Right. Which he probably is.
Yes. Which later it is kind of revealed. Like, I feel like it's not like blatantly spelled out, but someone accuses them that. And I think it's definitely true.
Right.
Yeah. And so the car wash is over, and Kelly wants a ride again from Mr. Lombardo. And she says, Nicole can go ahead. You give me a ride. It'll be fine. And he's like, no, just wait here. I'll get the ticket. I'll give you. And then you guys can leave together. So he goes inside, and Denise Richards is like, just go, Nicole. And she's like, okay. And then we're inside the house with Matt Dillon. He's looking for his ticket, and he finds it, and then you hear the door close from the front door. Someone came in, and the camera goes over, and we pan up from Denise Richards' dripping wet feet all the way up her body to her face. Yeah. And she's just standing there with Matt Dillon in her targets.
And she's panting, kind of.
Oh, yeah.
And she is, soaking wet, and a puddle is developing around her, and she's holding the sponge.
I don't know if that's from the car wash. Like, this is insane.
The implication is it's not. Like, this is, okay, listen, there's wetness here. Yes. That means it's go time.
Yes. And then it fades to black. We get nothing from that. And then we cut to her leaving the house, coming out of the front door, and she looks upset. Her shirt is ripped a little, and she's kind of storming out of the house and going down the street. Like, she's not getting a ride. She's not calling someone. She's just getting the fuck out of there. Mm-hmm. And this is not what we expected to see. Because we think she's here. She's targeting this guy.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden she's upset and looks like almost battered and leaving this place.
Yeah. She runs down the street, and that's all we get of their encounter. There's no goodbyes, nothing. And when we next see her, she is, is she back at home talking to her mom?
Yeah, because I think we just cut immediately to Kelly's mom fucking some guy's brains out.
Yes.
And
my favorite expression.
Yes,
brains
right?
Out.
Yeah, Bruno Kirby. And so she gets a phone call mid-grind, and it's the school saying that Kelly is not at school.
Right.
So she gets off this guy and has to call Sam for some reason, saying, hey, have you seen my daughter? And then he's like, no, I haven't seen her. Like, leave me alone.
I love that that's her first call. Yeah. Like, she just knows to call, Sam Lombardo's extension.
And then she, I think there's other motives here, because then she goes into no one could clean my boat the way you can,
Jesus.
Sam. And he's like, all right, okay, lady, leave me alone.
And she's looking at the guy she was just fucking.
I know. He comes out and he's insulted.
Right. man.
And yeah, and then she's out there shooting skeet or something. Kelly is
shooting skeet.
She's like, all right, never mind, Sam, I found her. And she goes down there, and I love it. She's so snooty and has that waspy tone of speaking.
Uh-huh.
She's like, you seem to find guns very therapeutic. Maybe I should try it. And
pretty good.
Kelly's just in a bad mood. She starts crying, and her mom's asking her why she wasn't at school. She goes in this thing about how she misses dad. We learned that he killed himself a year ago. She hates living here with her mom because now she's just she seems happy that he's dead, because she's just living her life.
The mom
is happy because she's free. She's having all this sex with guys and all this stuff, and Kelly's not happy. And then Kelly reveals that she was raped by Sam Lombardo.
Yeah, she starts crying and tells her mom that she was raped. And the mom acts quickly, and, Sandra, takes her to the police station.
Yeah, it cuts immediately to her yelling, my daughter does not get raped in Blue Bay. How about she just shouldn't get raped anywhere?
Yes, how about exactly. I mean, Jesus Christ. I own this town. That's not the issue here, Sandra.
Not even close. And so Perez and Duquette have to take her statement. Did we mention Duquette?
Yes.
That's Kevin Bacon?
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah. And so Perez is taking her statement woman to woman, and they got to videotape it, right? And so she gives this spiel about how he came up, rubbed her shoulders, did all this and that, and he eventually started to assault her and rape her. And then eventually she says, I remember one thing about it. He told me that, don't worry, I didn't come. No little girl could make me come. That becomes important later.
Exactly. Yeah. And throughout her statement, she is, when they take her to the police station, she's dressed more conservatively than she had been before.
Yeah.
And she looks defeated and broken down, and she's not the confident princess that she was.
Right. No. And so Perez is showing the tape to Duquette, and I guess it's their chief or something like that.
I think it's the DA.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they're like, well, what do we think? And Perez says, I think she's acting. I don't think he did anything to her.
Yeah, Perez doesn't think this is on the level right away.
Right. And I can see why Denise Richards does look like she's lying, if you ask me.
Well, yeah.
Like, she just doesn't seem honest about it. It just, I mean, maybe I shouldn't judge, but to me, it looked like it wasn't sincere, what she was saying.
I don't know. This whole issue is so fraught with, obviously, anytime someone gives a statement, I don't know. In 1998, this was treated differently, for sure.
Yeah.
We were always told as boys that, sometimes women lie about that stuff and they could ruin your life with this accusation. And, like, we were conditioned to think that women do this all the time.
Oh, my God. And, well, I'm sure it happens.
It has happened. Of course it happens. It has, yes.
Right? But does that mean you don't believe anyone?
Right.
No, it doesn't.
And the whole thing of like the Me Too stuff, I mean, that was, I can't believe it took till 2017 for people to want to believe women.
I know. It had to become a movement.
Yes.
Right?
And it took like widespread social media and a powerful person to be brought down by it for
exactly
like any kind of like real change to happen.
I know. We respect Harvey Weinstein's sacrifice.
Yeah. God, Jesus Christ.
No, we are happy for his downfall. That's
that guy's
going to
die in prison.
He's going to burn
Christ.
in hell and heck and anywhere else that's bad.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah. So, so Duquette says he doesn't buy that. He doesn't buy it, and they want to put her on a poly, but he's like, no way we're doing that. This town is owned by the Van Ryns or something. Dude, you're a cop. Give her the poly. Who cares what the Van Ryns are going to do?
I mean, yeah, the whole thing of like, the Van Ryns are so powerful. Yeah, that is correct, and they have high-powered lawyers and everything, but you still have to do the procedures.
Right.
I mean, just go for it, because, I mean, if someone has committed a crime, then you have to prosecute it.
Right. And so we get to catch up with Sam Lombardo here. He's getting dismissed from school because of all these accusations.
Yeah, the principal is like suspending him for a while.
Right, and he's like, hey, I believe you. You didn't do it, but the board has voted like we gotta get rid of you. You can come back, when it's all said and done. And he's like, dude, this is something that's never said. Like, this will never be done.
Right.
It will follow me for the rest of my life, innocent or not.
Yeah.
It will never go away.
And that statement is true. If you are accused of sexual assault and you didn't do it, even if when you're exonerated, people are going to look at you sideways.
Exactly. And there's no way around it.
Right.
And so he has to go get an attorney. And this is where we get introduced to Bill Murray's character, Ken Bowden. He's a Better Call Saul type lawyer.
Yes.
Right? And Sam goes in there, and apparently he's the only guy in town who would even be interested in touching this case to go up against the Van Ryns. So that's why he's here.
Yes. I'm glad you brought up Saul Goodman, because lawyers like Ken and Saul are thought of as con men and often looked down upon by the public, and they're especially not respected by their colleagues at expensive firms. And this is not fair.
Yeah.
Because many of them work on contingencies. So these attorneys are a valuable and they're like a needed resource for like low-income citizens. And in some ways, they fight against inequality. I mean, yes, sometimes they're unscrupulous and they use loud, obnoxious advertising on TV and billboards, and they're less dignified than lawyers at the more exclusive firms like Robert Wagner.
Yes.
But many of their clients are people without money who have been wronged and need legal representation. So as long as they're not specializing in men's DUIs, I kind of admire these types of lawyers.
Yeah, they're the down and dirty guys for the little people.
Right.
Right? And they act this way because they're not part of some big corporate stuffy law firm.
That's right.
Where it's just all playing games. They're trying to get justice for people.
For people who never get justice.
Right. Who get taken advantage of by these giant law firms.
Yes.
That's why they're always touting about, like, hey, call us if you got an insurance claim, because they're going to fuck you over.
That's right. Call
every commercial.
I got this, or whatever.
All fives.
Yeah, all
fives.
That's
the
right.
Texas Hammer. Boom. Which is a real lawyer from Texas. Pull it up on YouTube.
Okay, dude, that's crazy because, like, on the way to Indianapolis, you'll see Daryl Isaacs, who also calls himself the Hammer. So if you're going around I-70, you will see that same guy. There's a hammer in every state, apparently.
That's amazing, dude. And so, we get to see his life falling apart still. He like goes to the country club and they refuse to park his car like at the valet. And Baxter pulls up with his daughter in the car too, and he's like, Sam, you better get out of here. You're finished. You know, that kind of shit.
Man, dude, I love that.
And if you ever come around my daughter again, you're finished, period. Man, getting threatened by Robert Wagner.
It's so cool. I want so badly to someday have some like a Robert Wagner type look me in the eye and tell me I'm finished in this town. Because I'll know I've made it.
That's amazing, dude. Yeah, because you had stuff to lose. And they're taking it from you. But yeah, his life is going down the drain pretty fast, and he ends up at like this dive bar in the swamp called Smilin' Jack's Fish Camp, which I love it so much. It just looks like the perfect roadhouse to go just have the most watered down beer ever.
100%.
Yeah, and so he's there. Apparently he used to be a regular because the bartender recognizes him. So he sits there and has a drink, and then he leaves, and he like notices the motel over there. I guess he's probably familiar with that motel too. And he leaves in his car, and then he gets chased down by some SUV and run off the road into the swamp. And the SUV stops, and out comes that cabana boy that Sandra Van Ryn was screwing because he's mad. He ran him off the road, and he asks him if he's okay. And he's like, yeah, I'm okay. And then he starts beating him up. I love it. We get a nice shot of like gators like swimming into the water and stuff too. Like, this is a deadly place.
And this is high stakes stuff. If you run somebody off the road and into the bay, you're not messing around.
No, like this guy he could drown. The car flipped.
Yeah.
He could drown. He could break his neck. A gator could attack him. Like, this is it.
Right. And
this is Bayou Justice, Dave.
Yes, it is. Right. We must respect it. And like, I don't know, whenever you're gigolo to a rich lady, you can't think that she's going to marry you.
No, not at all.
Or even that you're an item.
I don't know what this guy's plan is.
Right. He's gonna kill Sam, and maybe Sandra will marry me.
Yeah, he like dives in the pool at one point in the background, and Kelly's like, who's that? One of your toys? And she's like, well, it's whoever I want. You know?
Right.
Like, he's nothing to her.
No, she's got 16 of this dude.
Maybe she sent him to do this to him. Like, because he seems like he would do whatever she asks him to do.
Yeah, he would.
It might not be his own motivations.
Right.
Because I think he's there later, too, at one point. Like,
yeah, he's around the whole time.
He's around.
Like, at the settlement, he's there, too.
Yeah, so, at this point, like, Ken, Bill Murray's character, he ends up, like, going to Sam again and telling him, hey, you know, I've got this dirt on Kelly. Like, I think we need to go to trial, and they have nothing on you because you're nice and clean. You're teacher of the year and all this kind of stuff. And Kelly's out getting coked up out of her mind and found in like some trailer somewhere. Like, dude, there's no way they're going to take her word over you. Like, we've got to go to the court.
And I like when he tells Sam, you know, you're clean. You have this sterling reputation. I found nothing on you. They're not going to find anything on you. Right?
I love the right.
Yeah.
And he sits there for a moment and he goes, right.
I don't fuck my students, Ken.
Good.
Yeah. Well, here's your medal, Sam.
Right. Yeah. Congratulations. You just fuck all the wasps around town.
I know. God.
And so now the cops, Perez and Duquette, they show up at Susie's house. And she lives on some like gator ranch with her grandma and like all these gator handlers and stuff.
Yeah, I think the one gator handler, Walter, is her brother.
It might be.
Because Carrie Snodgrass's character, Ruby, is her grandma.
Yeah.
And I don't know what maybe Walter is not her brother. But
Duquette says something, you still have Walter hanging around. I guess it's because he's like doing gator tricks. Maybe he thought he'd be dead by now or something.
Yeah, that's true. He would have been eaten.
But it's like this gator farm like attraction plus trailer park.
Yeah, exactly. And to be honest with you, the trailer park, I know it's set up to be like, oh, this is a really, you know, rundown place, but I mean, later when we see, you know, how Susie lives, it's a cozy setup, man.
It's a nice 90s kids trailer, man.
Exactly.
You want to hang out and party.
Dude, of course. I mean, you got good books and good music, you get a little nature around you, and If it has a shower and indoor plumbing, I'd take it.
Yeah, dude. And so they show up and they're like, all right, Susie, you called us. Why the hell are we out here? And she's like, is Mr. Lombardo going to be arrested? They're like, no, he hasn't been arrested. And so they go for a walk. She starts kind of rambling about stuff and they're questioning her. And she gets more worked up as they're going. And she snaps at one point and says, like, he gave me a ride like a year ago. And one time he came in and he raped me in the trailer. And they're like, okay, wow. We have a second accusation here.
Mm-hmm.
And the smoking gun moment is when she says, and after he was done, he said, no little bitch can make me come.
Right.
Mirroring what Denise Richards had said.
Yes, and we cut right to Sam being led into a jail cell.
Yeah. He's in there. Ken is there, like, saying, hey, it'll be okay, you know? It'll be fine.
And by the way, Ken is wearing a neck brace, like
oh
Bobby
my God,
Heenan.
yeah, dude.
Yep.
Bill Murray wearing this neck brace is awesome.
Yep.
And when we first meet him, he has it on, and Sam asks him a question like, what happened to your neck? And he's like, oh, I don't have to wear it all the time. And he, like, looks out the window cautiously, and he takes it off, and he goes, there was an insurance guy here earlier. Like, he's totally, like, scamming some people.
Yeah, yeah. And this is it's the other side of the lawyers that I admire.
Side.
Yes.
Like, yes, he seems like he's a talented lawyer, but he is a little dirty.
Yeah, because unfortunately our system makes you have to do some dirty things sometimes to get justice.
And so now we're at the trial, and, like, everyone is there. It's like a media shit show here. Like, there's so many news trucks, and, like, they want to see this case because it's the Van Ryans.
Yeah, it's a scandal, and you know do you know you've lived in St. Louis your whole life, right?
Yes.
Are there any Van Ryan? Are there any Van Ryans here?
Not that I know of. I mean, there probably are.
But you don't follow society pages and stuff?
No.
Okay.
No.
All right.
I'm sure there are. I know there's, like, family names, like streets and areas are named after stuff. Like,
yeah.
But I don't know if they still exist. Like the Sappingtons, and there were, like, the Lemps, like Lemp Brewery,
right?
Anheuser-Busch, like the Bush families
of
from
course,
here.
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. There's
Maybe that
stuff.
would be a parallel. Would be like if there was, like, August Bush the 6th, got in some kind of sex scandal.
Yeah. The Lemp family had all kinds of shit happen to them. Like,
okay, yeah.
It's a haunted mansion and haunted brewery.
All right.
There was all kinds of crazy shit with that family.
Got it.
So you can go on a tour there. They also have a restaurant.
Yeah, that's right. Okay.
Yeah. So go get the chicken dinner, man. It's good.
Okay.
So, anyway, the trial happens, and Kelly's taking the stand, giving her testimony. Susie gets up there, and we get to a point where Ken is cross-examining Susie, and he starts pressuring her. You said, like, I've noticed you called him, like, when you got arrested one time, and, like, he helped you out, and, like, all this, and so you would say you guys were, like, friends, right? Like, he was good, and you liked him, right? And she's like, yeah, we were friendly, and I went to him when I needed somebody, because she doesn't have her mother around and all that, and so she goes to him. She feels safe calling the guidance counselor.
Yeah,
and then he mentions, like, another date when she called him and stuff like that, but he wasn't there, and she was like, yeah, I called him then, and it turns out it was, like, a couple weeks after he allegedly raped her.
Yes.
And he's like, all right, so why would you call him for help still if he had just done that to you? And it kind of, like, puts a crack in her armor, and she starts to unfold, and she reveals, like, this wasn't my idea. Sam didn't rape me, and he didn't rape Kelly either. And it's this big reveal in front of the whole court, and everyone is aghast, like, oh my God, what?
Yeah, chaos
ensues. And she was like, yeah, when Kelly said we should do this, I was like, cool. And I love that line because it's so stupid. And she goes on and she's blabbering, and, like, everyone's getting more uproarious, like Sandra Van Ryan and Robert Wagner. They're all like what the hell is going on? And Nev Campbell then says, like, she was in love with him, Kelly was, and since her old man died, now she found out her mom's fucking Sam, and she went crazy. And then my favorite Denise Richards moment, she stands up and, like, grabs, like, some water and says, you skanky bitch, and, like throws it at her and starts to try to fight her. I love it. And, like, the bailiffs have to, like, tackle her and bring her out of the court. It's a shit show, man. I love it.
I love it too. It's like whenever an actual jury trial devolves into stuff like this, and it does happen. Like people have outbursts in court, but for a rich girl to like throw projectiles at a poor girl and call her a skanky bitch and rush her like this, I mean, like, this is as good as it gets.
It's great, right?
You know, it's like, it's completely unacceptable, and I try to live my life with dignity.
Right.
But I can't help it. Like, this kind of stuff is entertaining.
It is, right?
And I hate myself for it, but here I am.
That's why we're dedicating a whole month to this stuff.
That's right. We got to get it out of our system.
Yes, right. And so it's also nice to see this upper crust snoot get what's coming to her.
Yes, her and her parents and her high-priced lawyer.
Yeah.
Like, all of them, they're powerless against the guy wearing the neck brace and the guidance counselor.
Right. And this skanky bitch from the trailer park.
That's right.
Right? Like, you guys got owned in this situation. I love it.
Uh-huh.
And so we cut to Ken in his car driving, and he's just singing at the top of his lungs. He's celebrating. And Sam's in the passenger seat like, oh my God, I can't believe it.
He's driving a yellow Gremlin.
Dude, it rules.
Uh-huh.
And so he's like, we have a tight lawsuit against the Van Ryans. They are fucked. He's just so happy.
Yes.
This is the best.
Because he's right. Like, he tells Sam, they ruined your life.
Yeah,
And
they
it's
did.
true, right?
They did. We're going to sue the shit out of them.
Yep. And cut to the Van Ryans limo. They're coming back from the trial.
Yeah.
And they're talking about it too. And like, you know, Kelly is throwing a fit and she doesn't want to talk to her mom, and her mom's, you know, yelling at her. And Robert Wagner's like, you know, this is going to cost you a lot of money. And, you know, I hope like we can, you know, like the princess did it this time.
Yeah, right. And she's like, well, I could fix it until she committed perjury.
Yes, that's right.
All because of what some little white trash whore said.
Oh, fucking hell. You've learned nothing, Robert.
Not at all, man. Just throw some more dollars there. You'll solve it. And so we go to Ken's office. I guess it's maybe a few days later.
Yeah.
Who knows? And they're settling. They're all there. They're signing papers. And Bill Murray is so funny in this scene. After Robert Wagner signs the final paper, Ken says something to like, yeah, I'll see you at the country club. See you at the country club, Tommy. Tommy boy. And as he like... As he leaves the office, he keeps going on like Tomaroo and stuff like that. Yeah, my man. See, and he rubs the document on his body, like on his nipples, in his armpits. And he's like, yeah, what'd you shoot today, old tomboy? Oh, hey, Tom. And he keeps rubbing it on his body. I love it so much.
Fantastic, man. It's so great to just watch, like, he's reveling in his victory.
Yeah.
And he can't wait to go to this starchy country club and say, oh, hello, fellow country club goer. I'm a member here, too. That's right. This lawyer, I'm a lawyer just like you. We're colleagues, you and I.
We're the same. Just to spite this man.
He doesn't want to be there. He just likes to go there because Robert Wagner and everybody else who's like him can't stand him. They don't want him there.
And he loves making them uncomfortable.
Fantastic.
I love it so much. And so then he gives Sam this check like, hey, you earned this. You went through a lot. Take it and find your happy place.
Yeah.
Like, do what you want with it. You earned this for what they put you through.
Mm-hmm.
And he's not wrong about that.
Right.
So then we get to see Sam. He's like packing up from school. He's leaving the school because he can't stay there and all this stuff. And he ends up at that motel that we saw earlier. And he's in there. He starts unpacking some stuff. And he notices some muddy footprints on the ground leading into the bathroom. And so he like slowly walks along the trail of footprints and opens the door. And out comes Kelly from the bathroom. And she's got something in her hand under a towel. And she approaches him, and he's like, how much money did you get? And he's like, you know how much. And then we think she's going to kill him or something, but she pulls that towel off her hand, and it's a bottle of champagne, and she starts to cheer, we did it! We did it! And she jumps on him and straddles him and starts kissing him. It's a big reveal.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone out there expected this. I never expected this.
No. The first time you see this movie, you go in cold. You are not expecting this.
It is a huge twist, and one of many.
Yeah.
This is just like one. There's a lot of
we're
twists.
just now getting to the
I
twists.
keep saying there's tons of them.
Right.
But, yeah. And so they're like making out, and then you hear that cork pop on the champagne, and out comes Neve Campbell. It's $8.5 million. That's what she says.
Yeah.
And she starts taking a swig. Apparently, they're all in cahoots.
And she wants to know, how do you split 8.5 million 3 ways? And yeah, she's popping champagne and they are getting it. Look, I'm sorry. It doesn't matter what comes after this. Like, with all we know about this movie, this can't happen. They can't get together this quickly after the settlement.
Right?
I mean, like, even if the cops aren't watching the motel, other people at the bar across the street could see all 3 people go into this same room.
Exactly.
Carrying champagne. I mean, oh, God damn it, dude.
I mean, I don't know how they got in. Maybe they snuck in the back window. Who knows?
Yes,
but I don't see
right.
Kelly doing that.
No.
There's no way she's walking through the back door. She might get muddy. Well, her feet got muddy. She took a shower, I guess.
Yeah,
I don't know.
Yeah, could be. Yeah.
But
I mean, and listen, this leads to everyone's favorite scene in the film, so that's part of it. But
this scene, I was 15 in 1998.
Uh-huh.
And I went to my friend's house, and he said, "You have to watch this." Apparently, he had rented this movie.
Okay.
And the tape was already at this part, and he played it for me, and I could not believe what I saw. It was the greatest moment in my adolescent life, Dave. Because this is the threesome.
Yeah.
This is what the movie is known for.
Yeah.
Not like the very well written plot twists or that it's just, I will argue it's a good movie. It's sleazy, but it's it's a competent film.
Yeah, it's
in
well
all
made,
aspects.
well acted, well shot. Everything about it is
the
great
writing's
movie.
even very good.
Yeah.
But it is just so sleazy.
Yeah.
Because you get a very graphic threesome with these 3 actors.
At one point, like, as they're getting into it, like, first Matt Dillon reaches up Denise Richards' skirt and pulls her panties down.
She's like in a schoolgirl outfit.
Yes. And then he puts them in his pocket. And
He's
then
a collector.
Yes, exactly. And then he takes off his shirt and they all start going at it. And he has the girls kiss, because of course he does. And then they start to, like, you know, all kind of with each other. And at one point, like, Matt Dillon just, like, leans back with his shirt off as Denise Richards starts kissing his chest. And he goes, yeah.
Oh, I love that part, because his face, he has this, like, Sly Stallone lip movement. Like, yeah. Like, he is so into it. And you get to see, like, this is where I mentioned it at the beginning, the 2 sides of Matt Dillon's character.
Yeah.
Like, he's the likable protagonist that we want to be on his side, right? And now we get to see him as this manipulative sleazebag.
Uh-huh.
And he's perfect in both roles.
You're right. This is quite a performance.
And yeah, you get to see lots of champagne poured on breasts and
Yes.
the lopping up of said champagne. And yeah, it goes on for several minutes.
This threesome is exceptional, everybody. And yeah, it's as good as advertised.
Yes, it delivers more than you expect.
Yes, and all 3 actors go for it, for sure.
And in the script, all of this was spelled out. The nudity, what they were going to do. It was very descriptive.
Yep.
They all knew what was going to happen when they signed on for the project. Every actor knew exactly what was going to happen, and there were no surprises.
Yeah.
And I know that McNaughton, the director, also kicked many people off the set. You don't need to be here. Get out of here.
Good.
I very much respect that.
That guy is a real pro.
And there was no intimacy coordinator in 1998.
Right.
But he was taking on that duty himself.
Yes, directors had to have some class themselves and be their own intimacy coordinators.
So that's amazing. And I know, I read that for Starship Troopers, Denise Richards denied doing an impromptu nude scene.
Right.
Because it wasn't in the script. I'm not doing that.
She hadn't reviewed it before she signed on to the project.
I'm not doing that.
Right.
Right. But in this, you knew exactly what you're doing. And they all did it. Apparently they all got like a little drunk with tequila before they did the scene.
Yes.
To get a little more loose, I guess, a little less nervous.
Right. And at the time, Neve Campbell had a non-nudity clause in her contract.
Yes.
And that's why you only see her from behind.
It's implied nudity, right?
Yes.
You don't see her fully nude,
Right.
right? So, yeah, that's the famous threesome. It's, I think now might be a good time for us to take a break, go take a shower or
Let's get outta
something.
here.
Like, yeah, this is good time to stop. We'll come back in a little bit. All right, we're rolling, Dave. This is an unscripted promo session. We want to ask you guys to leave us some reviews.
Yes, please, guys. The way podcasting works, the biggest traffic gets the shows that have the most reviews, so please leave us a good review.
Yeah, iTunes, if that's what it's called, Spotify, wherever you can write something good about the show, go do it.
Yes, please, everybody. It would help us a lot.
We don't like to beg, but we are. And this really is unscripted, so thanks for listening. All right, Dave, we're back from the break. I'm feeling a little cleaner. We were able to get some air. We're good.
Same. I feel most chaste.
Yes, dude. And now we get to catch up with the cops. Duquette is on to them.
Right.
Some of the information that came out during the trial, he thinks like, well, why did they keep that from us? They should have reported that stuff. Something's going on here. They're hiding something. I don't know exactly what it is, but Sam has been involved with Sandra Van Ryn. He's trying to marry into money. There's all these things happening that don't make sense.
And I can't remember if it was like Duquette or Ken who asked Sam, why didn't you tell us that like you had a thing with Sandra Van Ryn?
It might be Duquette. I don't know. It could be Ken.
And because that would throw up red flags. Through this whole thing of like, okay, and now they're getting the settlement. Like, yeah, that's a pretty important piece of information that like both Sandra and Sam left out of the investigation.
Right. And Duquette is pissed about this, and he's talking to the DA and Perez, and he's like kind of up in arms about this. Like, I don't buy this at all.
Right.
This is not over. And so he continues to investigate.
Yep.
And then he goes and shakes down the two girls. First, he goes over to Kelly's, and she's in the swimming pool, and we get this entirely gratuitous scene of her swimming in slow-mo through the water in this like sheer blue one piece and climbing out of the pool on the ladder with this super sexy bluesy music playing. And it goes on for a very long time. She looks like she's in like some beer ad or something.
I was thinking the same thing of like, yeah, it starts out as a beer ad, and then when she gets out of the pool and then stands there and poses and like wrings out her hair, it reminded me of like how Jane Russell used to pose.
Yeah.
It's very much like, okay, we are ogling this attractive female body.
Right, and it's entirely obvious that's the intent of this scene.
Yes.
It's highly sexualized and objectifying.
And this is all happening at the country club.
Yeah, since she's getting out of the pool, it reminded me a lot of the scene, like Phoebe Cates' scene in Fast Times, when she gets out of the pool in slow-mo, and there's that kind of sexy tune playing under it, the subdued music pulsing beneath it.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, man.
Yep.
And it's the same thing, slow-mo fantasy.
Yeah.
And so, Duquette comes up and says something to her. I forget some kind of innuendo.
Well, he kind of is very upfront about it. Like, I know what you guys are up to.
Yeah.
And I know that that he mentions her trust. And I guess he followed the financial records and found that like part of the settlement, or maybe all of the settlement, came from money that Kelly was supposed to get.
Right.
And earlier too, when Sam first left the school, there was an incident where like, Kelly walked up to Sam like in front of the other students and like started throwing things at him and yelling about the money.
Yeah.
And so like Duquette knows that Kelly would have motivation for whatever thing that she's cooked up with Sam.
Right. He thinks they're all involved somehow, and he tells her like threesomes never work out.
Yes.
Did Sam? Are you gonna whack Susie? Like, what's gonna happen here? Like, there's that third wheel. What are you gonna? Is that freak Susie gonna hold you guys up? Like, he's really pressuring her.
Yeah.
And she doesn't crack. She just goes on her way.
Right.
And so Duquette goes and he starts harassing Susie now.
Yes, and you can really tell about inequality and all the issues we talk about almost every week on this show, how like different it is when Duquette visits Susie's place versus when he goes to harass Kelly. Because I mean, like Kelly at any time could have told like anybody, any of the guards at the country club, throw this man out right now, and they would have. Susie doesn't have those protections. And Duquette is able to just go in there, and he can ruin her life at any moment. He can just throw her in jail on some, charge, whatever it is, and she's not going to be able to hire a lawyer, and it's in his power. And he knows it, and he's dirty. We find out in this scene he's a dirty cop. There was some incident with one of Susie's friends, this guy Davey. Yeah. And it's implied that something happened to Davey, and it was Duquette's fault.
Davey ended up dying, and we don't know if Duquette did it or something else happened. There's a cover-up. Right. But Susie definitely blames him for the death of Davey.
And it's important to note, too, that like Duquette doesn't have Perez with him, and he doesn't even have, like, he's in
plain clothes.
Yes, he's not on official police business.
He looks like he's going to go to that sleazy bar.
Yep.
He's got an open button-down shirt with that wife beater underneath.
Yeah.
Like, he is off duty.
Yep.
And he's going to the swamp. And he shows up. He's being a huge dick to her.
Yeah, he is.
Immediately. He was an asshole to Kelly, right? But he was in the country club, right? He was a little reserved.
And it was in the daytime, and he knew that he really couldn't, he had to hold back a little bit.
Right. And Kevin Bacon is so great. He like turns it on.
Yes, he does.
This real smart-ass prick.
Yeah.
He starts telling her like, you never had any shit, and you never will have any shit. You think they're going to give you money? There's no way they're giving you money. They already put them in these accounts, and they're going to get rid of you. It's so good. Kevin Bacon's so good here is what I say. The situation here is not a good situation in the film, but the performance is great.
Absolutely, man. And you're sitting there, and even though you know that Susie is in on the scheme, she's still a really sympathetic character in this moment because she's being hassled by cops. Cops who are, well, any cop. You know how we all feel about most cops. I mean, like they do this kind of stuff. They're there to protect rich people, and this is what's going on in this scene.
Mm-hmm. And so Susie gets real upset. She leaves. She drives away in her car, and I guess Duquette was he went back to his car. I guess he's staking it out a bit.
Yeah.
So when Susie leaves, he follows her, and it turns out Susie had called Sam, left some frantic message on his machine like, hey, I'm getting shaken down, all this stuff, all this incriminating stuff that she should not be leaving on an answering machine.
Yes.
And so Duquette follows her wherever she's going. She ends up going to Kelly's house, and Duquette sees that and thinks that's a little strange, right? He knows they're in cahoots, but what's going on?
He's hiding in the bushes.
He's in the bushes with his Sony Handycam.
Jesus Christ.
Trying to get some evidence or something,
yes.
Right? No warrant.
Nope.
He's just there in these bamboo reeds out next to the pool, and he sees their interaction. Kelly's there. She's on the phone with Sam, and Sam's trying to calm them both down. Like, hey, you shouldn't be calling me. You shouldn't be doing this. They're going to try to shake you down, but we just need a few more days. Play it cool. Don't let them break you, and then everything is going to be good. And like Sam gives these such these sleazy manipulative lines to him. Like he's such a scumbag on the phone. Like, and everything he's saying is so manipulative and all kind of sexually tinged.
Yeah.
For his benefit, and they like it. It's crazy that it works.
Because what we see here and other times too, he also is able to pit them against each other by making each one of them think that they're number one.
Yeah, right.
I mean, and in this moment here, after he talks to both of them, then Kelly takes the phone and she's talking to Sam by herself, and he's like, "Now, Kelly, you're the strong one. I need you to help me here. Remember, you make her be a good girl now."
Yeah,
and that kind of stuff. And Kelly takes it at "Oh, you right away, Sam, you got it," and she feels empowered.
Right? Yeah. And he's just controlling her.
Yeah.
That's what he's doing.
It's all manipulation.
And he says something like, we need her to get a grip. Otherwise, I'll have to take care of it.
Yep.
Implying we're going to get rid of her. And So Duquette is like filming them all arguing with the phone and stuff. And the girls end up getting into a fight once they hang up the phone because they're arguing about like what's happening and Sam and the money and all this crap. And they get into a fist fight and end up in the swimming pool. And Denise Richards starts drowning Neve Campbell. Her face is just plunged into the pool. And after a few moments, she like gets her up and like has her like against the wall of the pool, like where the steps are coming down. And Neve Campbell's there like on her back trying to gasp for air and stuff. And Denise Richards is like over her, like in her face kind of, but they've stopped fighting and they're kind of just like realizing they're done. And they're looking at each other and they start making out. And we cut to Duquette in the bushes and his eyes go wide like, oh my God, what am I filming?
And he doesn't stop filming.
No, he just keeps going. He's like, this is good.
And I'm
going to need a copy of this.
I mean, yes, exactly. Yeah. He's claiming that this is like official police business, but he's getting his jollies.
Oh, yeah.
He's spying on 2 teenage girls.
Right? It's the classic peeping Tom thing, right? Like he loves this.
Yes, and we're all voyeurs in this moment too, because we watched like, okay, oh, look at this sexy fight that spilled into the pool. Now it gets less sexy when Denise Richards starts drowning Neve Campbell, but then when it ends and it was like, oh, well, here we go again. It's go time. Well, okay,
right.
we're implicated as well.
Right, and they're like making out, and they start like undressing and stuff.
Yes.
Like we don't see any of the nudity, but like it's all being filmed, and then we cut to Duquette showing Perez and the DA this tape.
Yes.
The DA comes in, he's like, turn that shit off.
Right.
What are you doing?
What the fuck are you
They're
doing,
like
dude?
undressing and it's like in front of the station. Like,
and it's happening, yeah, and he's got this tape in the police station, and this is after the trial, after the settlement. Like, this case is closed. And here you are.
Snuck on their property you're filming them?
Fucking hell, dude. How many laws did you break?
And Duquette is like, they sold us a bunch of lies and we took it hook, line, and sinker. They fucked us. We got fucked.
Okay, and
yeah.
I'm glad we're talking about this aspect of it right now because, yes, technically he is correct. They committed a crime. They shook down a citizen and they extorted money out of them wrongly.
Yeah.
This is where my prejudices come into play here. They took money from a rich person, and the rich person could easily afford it, and their life has not changed because of this.
Mm-hmm.
So if I was Duquette, I would not pursue this because I'd be like, well, you know, the community is not any worse off right now because of what just happened.
Right.
And like the case is closed. And I mean, like, if you try to prosecute this, that's going to be a real difficult case to make too.
Right. And he had no warrant.
That's the other part of it.
This evidence, you can't admit this.
That's right.
It's
All your
inadmissible.
evidence that you gathered is inadmissible because you got it illegally.
What an idiot.
Yeah.
Right? And like, Duquette has some kind of vendetta on these people or something. Like, he's got some motivations where he's like, I can't be played this way.
Yeah.
I have to do what's right.
Yeah, this part is all ego-driven.
In this moment.
Right.
Remember that for later, people.
Yes.
Yeah, and I love this because they brought Sam back into the police station, too. He's, like, waiting out in the lobby.
Yes.
And so, like, the DA is like, dude, Duquette, what the hell is wrong with you? And he, like, goes out and he's like, Sam, I'm so sorry. Like, you can go now. Like, please leave. And Sam's like, you guys are lucky I didn't sue the shit out of you before. You're lucky I don't do it now. And it's Matt Dillon doing the innocent school counselor guy now.
Yes.
He's pissed off, but he's in that mode because that's the role he's playing now.
And I understand, like, the DA having to, like, get in the, like, walk over to the citizen and go, I'm so sorry, sir. You know, this won't happen again. You know, you'll have no more trouble from Detective Duquette.
Oh,
but, like,
man.
Listen, it also sounds like you could just say, listen, there's a misunderstanding. You're free to go. And that's that. You don't have to stand there and, like, actually get on your knees like that. Come on.
Right. Yeah. You don't have to do that. And, like, this is probably my favorite Kevin Bacon moment in the movie, too, because the camera stays on Kevin Bacon standing there in the hallway. And Sam and him are kind of arguing. Sam gets walked out, and the camera's still on Kevin Bacon. And you hear Sam say, "Cocksucker," and then Kevin Bacon says, "What was that? You heard me, motherfucker." You want to say that to my face? I love it so much.
I love also, yes, that like watching someone go into male posturing after their enemy has already left is always hilarious.
It's great. And then there's this other officer there, like, in the way. Kevin Bacon goes, what are you looking at?
Yeah. Then you get this great aggressive misdirection too. The best.
It's so good, man. And I think he goes back into the office where Perez is sitting, and he's like, yeah, I think I kind of lost it there. She's like, yeah.
Yeah, Perez is not happy with her partner, and like, imagine if your partner did this, and like, it's going to reflect badly on you, because you know at some point they're going to ask you to, like, you know, help with their crazy investigation.
Right, when Internal Affairs shows up also,
man,
you're going to have to make some choices about what you're going to say.
And no matter what you do, it's not going to be the right choice.
Nope. So, Kevin Bacon, man,
yeah.
Get it together. Duquette, come on. What's his first name? Is it Ron or
Ray?
Ray Duquette.
Yes.
And so we cut to Kelly and Susie driving to a beach together. They are getting drunk and going to, like, I don't know what they're doing.
I mean, yeah,
they're just going here to chill.
Going to a dark beach that doesn't look like a public beach. It's just
there's like a warehouse next to it.
I mean, yeah, it's just sand and rocks.
Yeah.
And it's not where people go to hang out. And they're getting drunk again, and they start kissing again, and they're laughing, and it looks like they're getting along. And they get out, and like Kelly at one point, like, oh, I forgot the keys. You know, like, and she runs back to the it's her mom's Range Rover.
Right.
It's the same vehicle that the Cabana Boy attacked Sam in.
Right. And so she goes back to get the keys or something like that, and Sam appears.
Yeah.
And it's a total surprise to the two of them. He's got another bottle of champagne, this is hilarious, right? Like, Susie is very drunk already, and the other two aren't really.
Right.
Sam, like, tells Susie, hey, you know, stop. You know, you don't need to be drinking. And then he, like, puts his arm around them. You know, he's like, we're just going to hang out, you know, one last time. Drink a little champagne. It's like, you just told her to stop drinking.
Yes.
And now you're saying you're going to drink? It's so funny. Because his motivation is like, we're just going to get drunk. We're going to have another awesome three-way. You know, that's what he's trying to do here, right?
Yeah.
Like, and they're all kind of like, oh, yeah, cool.
And he shoots Kelly a look.
Yeah, why don't you go get a blanket from your mom's Range Rover?
Right. And Sam then takes Susie over behind this boat, and you hear like some noises and a ruckus.
Yeah.
And then the camera flashes to like a champagne bottle being, you know,
raised up in the air and
Yes.
coming down. There's blood splattering on this boat and stuff.
And Kelly walks over from the Range Rover and like winces a little bit, but she knows what this was. I mean, she was in on the plan.
Yeah.
They were here to kill Susie.
Right. They got her inebriated so she couldn't fight back, and then took her out.
Yep.
Sam comes up from the beach, and he's kind of stumbling a little bit. I guess he's out of breath from bludgeoning this woman to death, and he's got blood all over him. And I love when they get back into the car, he says something to Kelly of like, are you okay? Because she doesn't look okay, and she's like, my mom's going to be pissed I took her Range Rover. Like, that's how messed up these people are.
Uh-huh.
Like, she's worried about her mom getting mad about the Range Rover.
Yeah,
no, we just committed murder. But
accessory to a murder, but yeah.
And then they go and bury her in a swamp. They wrap her in plastic.
Yes, because like when she went to get a blanket, she was actually getting the plastic wrap.
Right. And so she's wrapped up, and we get to see Susie in there. Like,
Yep.
She's wrapped up in this.
They show it like she is
They
in
show
this
her face
plastic
through
wrap.
the plastic with blood on it, and then they go and bury her in the swamp. Susie has been reported missing now.
Right.
Perez and Duquette like go to investigate, but Duquette tells Perez to like go check something like a car or do something, and he says, I'm going to do something else. And she's like, well, what are you doing? He's like, just got to do something, which I hate when they do that in movies.
I know. And I mean, if you were the cop, if you're the partner, you say, no.
Right.
You're going to tell me where you're going.
Listen, you just had a meltdown in the office. I don't trust you.
Right.
Where are you going?
You want me to be part of this stupid plan you have? You need to tell me where you're going to be
right
now and then.
And it's obvious he's trying to get rid of her.
Right.
Like, you go over there.
And the whole thing, too, is like they're meeting at this crime scene that Duquette himself had discovered when he brought Jimmy out there.
Yes.
Like to show him, hey, I don't know, he knew that like Jimmy knew Sam, and he's investigating that part of it.
Yeah, like...
And he also like tells Jimmy, because Jimmy's like, oh yeah, well he took me, he's like, he's a mentor to me, and he's like helping me through this, and I'm working on the sailing team just like he did to put myself through school. And he goes, no, Sam got a full ride athletic scholarship.
Yeah.
He didn't have to work.
He didn't do any sailing.
Right.
Don't believe everything you hear.
That's
kid.
the last thing he says.
People aren't always as they appear. Don't forget
aren't always
that.
as they appear. Yeah.
And I love when he first reveals that Sam went to college on an athletic scholarship. It's not made to be a big thing or a big revealing moment or anything, but the guy who's playing Jimmy has a great reaction to the sentence because he realizes internally, oh, this guy's not the same guy I thought he was.
Right.
He lied to me.
He's been had.
And up to this point, he stood by his side. And now he's second guessing everything he knows about this person.
Right, and right.
Maybe he did rape these people. And he got away with it. It's all told through that actor's face. I love that.
Yeah, pretty good. Corey Pendergast, good performance here.
Yeah, man, very good.
And then so after he sends Jimmy away, that's when he finds the blood and teeth.
Ooh, the teeth.
And and that's when like all that we cut to now. It's a like there's Miami Metro is there. It's Dexter Morgan and the like.
Yeah, everyone's here. Perez is here now, and she has no problem with it. Like with being back with Duquette. Like
I don't understand.
What was she doing?
Well, I mean, she's just called there because I mean they're the Blue Bay.
Well, yeah,
detectives.
I know she's there now, but like, I don't even know what she went to do. I'm just hung up on Duquette getting rid of her still. But yeah, they all show up and they're looking at the scene, and there's some teeth here, and Sam is saying, or not Sam, Duquette's saying like, this has to be Susie, this has to be her. And the DA is there and everyone, he's like, dude, will you just drop it? This could be anyone.
And he's convinced that he's convinced it's Susie's stuff and it's Susie's DNA. And he thinks that he has like some kind of connection. He can connect it to Sam's DNA somehow. And that's what he wants to go and do. And I can't remember exactly. He wants Perez to go like stake out Sam.
Yeah. And she's kind of hesitant about it. Like, listen, if that's not her DNA, you have to drop this immediately.
Right. And
it's over. If it is, then we keep going. But right now, I will help you.
And he does agree to that.
Yeah. And he's like, yes, sir. Or yes, ma'am. That's perfect.
Yep.
I will drop it guaranteed. And so, he tells her to go scope out Lombardo at that motel. And so she does. And she's sitting out there in the car watching the place, and he notices her sitting out there, and he's like talking to Kelly on the phone or something about what's happened and all this stuff, and you just need to be a good girl and all this just trashy dialogue that I love. And he ends up going out and knocking on Perez's window and addressing the fact that she's there watching him, and he invites her in, and she goes with him. Which detective? I don't know if that's the right move, detective.
No, it's not. You shouldn't have been in a position where he discovered your presence before you could get away. Because I mean, she's looking at his room, and then she hears like a knock on her back window, and she's startled, and and he snuck up on her.
Right.
So like she wasn't aware of her surroundings, and then she goes into this guy's hotel room,
and he doesn't tell her why. He just says, "Come in here. I have something to show you." She goes in, and he hands her Kelly's file. I guess he took all of the students' files
Sam
with him?
was allowed to take student files with him when he left the school. Originals!
These are not copies.
No! It's like an actual, like accordion folder that he gets out with her name on it.
I find it so funny. He has their files.
Fucking hell! Florida, what are you doing?
Anyway, he hands her the file. I'm sorry, man. What does the file even say? I don't even remember.
It's got something in there about her. She's had like some violent episodes.
Okay, yeah, about how crazy Kelly is,
yeah,
right?
So she's like, she almost killed some other kid and whatnot.
So they're talking about this. They're sitting on the bed, and they're they're way too close, right? And he starts to lean in to kiss her. Like, the scene lasts like a minute or two of them like slowly drifting closer to each other's faces. Like, what is his plan here? This is supposed to be innocent Teacher of the Year Lombardo.
I know.
But he turns into Sleaze Baggo right here. He's like seducing her. And she's like, I mean, this is like prime of his life, Matt Dillon. She cannot resist this man.
It's working.
It works. She doesn't really lean into it, but she's not pulling away.
No, she's staring at him as he inches closer, and she wants to kiss him. And then, like, there's a disturbance, there's a knock on the door, a phone rings or something like that, and she's like, all of a sudden shaken out of it.
Like a taxi cab honks.
That's what it was, yes.
Yeah, like, it's great. And I mean, Daphne Rubin Vega is awesome in this scene because her hesitancy, but you can tell, like you said, she wants to kiss this man. She really wants to.
And it's understandable, obviously. Like we said, Matt Dillon, handsome guy. But, like, still, it's so unprofessional for any of these detectives to be this, like...
I know,
to do these things. You can't be there.
And if that cab didn't honk, like, what would happen? Like,
I guess...
I mean, they would have went at it.
Yeah, they would have gone all the way.
Yeah. Okay.
Right.
There we go. Perez isn't as innocent as she looks.
No, she's got some dirt on her, too, at least in this moment.
I guess so. And so, I don't know what the cab was for. I guess it's for Sam to go somewhere. Where does he go?
It was to pick him up to take him to the airport.
Oh, yeah, because now he's leaving. He's going to go to that island he bought.
Yeah.
He mentioned something about buying land on an island or something like that.
He's bought some property on an island somewhere in the Caribbean.
And so, Duquette ends up going over to the Van Ryan mansion for some reason because he thinks, I guess the evidence came back, like, that was Susie's DNA.
Yes.
That was her teeth. She was killed there.
And this is where he told Perez, like, I'm going somewhere. And she's like, where are you going? I can't tell you. He's going to the Van Ryan's house.
Yeah.
That's why he couldn't tell her. Because she would have told him, no, you're not.
Right. So he goes over there. I guess he's trying to protect Kelly, I guess is his motivation here.
Yeah.
Because he thinks Sam is coming for her next. So he rushes over there. She's in the guest house, like next to the pool. Because that's the kind of place these people have.
Yeah, it's a full other house just on their property.
It's the guest house, which is bigger than anyone else's normal house.
Exactly. Imagine your house, twice the size, and it's just on their property. It's
the bonus house.
And it's where the help lives.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so we see him running by the pool, and it's kind of like an overhead shot of him running from the entry across like the pool there and then into the guest house. Mm-hmm. But we don't follow him into the guest house. And then we hear like a tussle in there, and we get a couple like loud gunshots that go off. And after a moment, Kevin Bacon stumbles out onto the pool deck there, and he's bleeding from his shoulder.
Yes. I love how we we're described what a guest house was.
It's a house for guests.
I mean, yes. Yeah. Obviously, we're just in such a berserker rage over rich people that like, yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah, but yeah, Kevin,
I have a guest room.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
It's quite nice.
Yes, it has boxes in it. That's where you're sleeping.
Right.
No, but yeah. Something happened in this room, and we did not witness it.
And he walks out. Yeah, he stumbles out, and he's been shot. And like when we get back to the station, he's being questioned. His arm is in a sling, and there's a scratch on his face. And he's giving his statement about what happened in there. Right. Apparently, Kelly tried to kill him. She got into the gun safe, or it was like some kind of like a Chris Cooper display case.
Yes, it's got all these old guns and pistols and everything in there.
She got in there and she tried to fire at him, and he had to, shoot her back out of self-defense.
Yep. So he got one in the shoulder, then he put two into her chest.
Yes.
And he gets dismissed from the force for this, because this is not his first time firing on someone.
Right.
I guess it's that Davey guy they bring up, and probably some other people. This is not his first offense. You're forfeiting all your benefits, all your pension, and you are no longer a police officer.
Good. It's good.
This guy's a hothead.
I mean, yes. And I'm glad that he's fired. I'm glad that he's not a police officer anymore, but he killed a citizen. And this is still not good enough punishment. He walked onto someone's private property without a warrant, and they drew on him because he was very threatening. And we only have his statement. No one. There's no other witnesses.
None. And he was just there filming them.
Yes.
Having sex.
I can't believe they didn't, there wasn't an indictment, other than just, his punishment is he's no longer a police officer anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sorry,
Terrible.
Duquette. Yeah. And then they also believe, because of the evidence with the teeth and stuff, that Kelly was the one who killed Susie.
Yes.
Because of how their plan to frame Sam Lombardo imploded. They were at odds with each other. We saw it in the courtroom. They hate each other. It went too far now. And she killed Kelly, or she killed Susie.
Right. And Perez also has that permanent record that Sam Lombardo was allowed to take with him, corroborating that Kelly is violent.
Yes. And so it all stacks up and it all makes sense, right? This is what happened. And there's no other way to explain it, Dave. None.
No.
End of the movie. No, I'm kidding. So we cut to Lombardo on his beach. I guess he owns this whole island now. And he's watching babes walk on the shore. Yeah. He's drinking out of a coconut. He's doing whatever you do on a beach. He's living the life. And he goes into his beach house and he notices, once again, footprints. This guy can't escape strange footprints in his houses.
Every time he turns around, there they are.
There's something going on, right? And so, oh no, what's going on? And he walks into the bathroom again, and in the shower is Duquette. He turns around and says, "Howdy, partner." It's a great Kevin Bacon delivery. I love it.
Yeah. And this is also one of the more famous scenes in the movie, because it's the second bit of nudity that we get. Kevin Bacon turns around after he shuts off the water.
You mean he swings around?
Yes. Yes. And he does a helicopter motion, I guess you could say.
Oh my God.
And yeah, there he is. Kevin Bacon, executive producer, showing off his good, strong dick.
Yes.
And apparently he had a non-nudity clause himself. And like you said earlier, he could have sued himself because this was an accident. He wasn't supposed to be seen this way, but I guess they got the shot they wanted of everything else in the scene was perfectly framed, and Kevin Bacon just fell on his sword. Apparently, he was like, "Oh yeah, leave it in. I can just be exposed."
Yeah, he apparently in the scene, Matt Dillon tosses a towel to Kevin Bacon, and it's supposed to be, he's blocking the front of him with all this stuff, right? So you're not supposed to see Kevin Bacon's dong. I can't. I mean, God. Yeah. But this is the one shot that worked perfectly, like you said. Uh-huh. They went to Kevin Bacon and asked him about it, and apparently this is what he said. He says, "Well, how do I look?" And he says, "You look fine." And he goes, "All right, no problem."
Well, that's one way of having your first full frontal nude scene.
And I think they also someone made the point hey, there's plenty of female nudity in this movie. Yeah. Let's show some guy nudity.
Right.
And he's like, all right, fine.
That's totally fair.
Makes sense. And I know it was probably 10 years ago now, but there was some campaign, I don't know if you remember it, where it was called Free the Bacon. And it was Kevin Bacon campaigning for more male nudity in films.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I don't know who put it on, or if it was a studio encouraging promotion or something, but it was this whole thing hey, let's normalize having more male nudity.
That is necessary because I can't name every, full frontal male nudity shot or whatever, but I can think of several because there's only been several.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's not normal.
I will say though, most of them that I have seen, not all of them, but most of them have been within the last 10 years maybe.
Yes.
15 maybe. It's recent stuff.
Yeah.
So it is happening more.
It was really shocking when I went to a screening of To Live and Die in LA about 2 months ago.
Yeah.
And I was really taken aback because I hadn't seen that movie in a long time. I'd forgotten that William Peterson is, like, there's a frontal scene with him in that.
Yeah.
And it was 1985. So that must have been, like, the first, I mean, plus or minus 5 years from 1985, there probably was no other scene of that kind.
I can't think of many from that time frame at all.
Absolutely
like
not.
The Crying Game had frontal nudity.
And that was, like, that was 7 years after that.
Yeah, and that was not then.
And that was, like, the whole point of the plot hinged on that, reveal.
That was.
But yeah, there just have not been very many at all.
Sleepaway Camp had, at the end, had some...
Okay,
it's like trans nudity.
I mean, a prosthesis.
Yeah. It's not real nudity, though. But
that was, again, plot-driven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The point is, there was nothing.
Right.
Very slim pickings for male nudity.
Right. Just, like, tons of frontal female nudity, even if we were only seeing merkins. And same thing with this, too. Like, that's the weird thing about Kevin Bacon and his scene here is that, like, I don't know why he wasn't wearing a dance belt in that shower.
Yeah, right? Yeah, he could have been covered up.
Right.
I don't know. Man, apparently he didn't think it was such a big deal, and then when it came out, it was all anyone talked about.
I mean, yes. And how could you not? Because, I mean, like, it is, like, it's... Yeah. You see everything here.
I read that he said, I think it was in Total Film, he was doing an interview, and they were, like, saying something about it, and he's like, well, the camera puts on a few pounds. That's not what it's like, Like... I thought that was the best joke ever.
This guy rules, dude.
Yeah, Kevin Bacon's the man. That's why everyone talks about Kevin Bacon, man. That's why there's 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon and no other actor.
Yes, he is loved by everybody.
And so, yeah, they're in on it, right?
Right.
And so Duquette's like, man, it was perfect. Like, they bought it hook, line, and sinker. They think that Kelly killed Susie. I couldn't convince them otherwise. Like, it worked.
Yep.
And Sam is upset because you weren't supposed to kill Kelly. You were just supposed to, like, injure her. And then it was supposed to be, I guess, the 3 of them or something was the plan.
Right.
And then they would split the money. But no, now it's just the 2 of them. And
he tells me he doesn't like surprises.
He doesn't like surprises. And Sam tells him, like, hey, the money needs 2 days to transfer. So you might as well hang out here for a while. And Duquette does not like that. He's, like, immediately upset about that.
Yes, and at this moment, if you were a police officer and you threw everything away to get in on this scheme, to get your $4 million or whatever it was, and your partner says that to you after you show up in the Caribbean, no.
With all these double crossings that have already happened?
No,
like,
absolutely.
No.
And when Sam is like, hey, let's just get on the, let's take the boat out. No, Ray, don't you goddamn get on that boat.
I'm not going in the water with you.
I will never. No.
We're going to sit in this hotel lobby.
Yep.
Till it clears. Then I'm out of here.
And we're also not doing a funds transfer either. I don't want a paper trail. You're giving me briefcases full of cash.
Yes, that's right. There should have been something spelled out here.
Yes.
I guess he agreed on a funds transfer, though.
He's dumb. I mean, what are you doing?
A lot of these people are dumb, man. I mean, almost everyone here is pretty dumb.
Yes, that's
in
true.
the long run, right? And so, yeah, I guess he agrees to go out on this sailboat. And, yeah, they're out there. And, before we get to the sailboat, one thing I wish was in this scene with, like, the shower and all that, I wish they had romantic involvement. I read that was in the original script.
It was, yeah.
And they cut it because some, like, financiers didn't like it. That's not right. Okay, shut up, dudes.
And it
would have been better for the movie.
And the financiers had no issue with Nev Campbell and Denise Richards being involved.
Oh, not at all. And have them kissing and naked and stuff. No problem there. But if Kevin Bacon and Matt Dillon had to kiss or something, like, then that's a problem.
And I mean, like, that goes beyond this movie, of course. I mean, like, you never, like, to this day, only Brokeback Mountain that's the only time I can think of where a studio movie had 2 handsome movie stars go to bed together.
Yeah. There might be more examples.
Like
I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Right. I mean, and the other one I can think of right now is, like, it was a TV movie. It was Behind the Candelabra. It was Matt Damon and Michael Douglas. Those 2. That's it.
Wet Hot American Summer Michael Ian Black,
Right.
and Bradley Cooper, but that was like an indie.
It was
comedy.
an independent film, and they were unknowns at the time, pretty much.
That's true. That's true. They weren't stars then.
Right.
And I feel like if they would have left that in, their romantic involvement, it would have been better.
Of course.
Because, I mean, and it fits perfectly with the movie and everything going on. Everything here is like motivated by like sex and power and money.
Because
Right?
imagine like if Matt Dillon would have like walked into that steamy shower and like the reveal is Kevin Bacon and he's also naked and they just start kissing, it'd be
Yeah,
like,
man.
whoa, holy
Yeah.
shit, you know?
Yeah, I didn't see that coming. We didn't see this twist coming, but having the romantic involvement would have been even better.
Yep.
Like, oh God, man, these guys have been fucking and playing this game the whole time. That's amazing.
Right. What a twist.
No one suspected it. But no, we got this, which was fine. And so they end up on the boat. Duquette, don't do it. He does it.
He's sitting
Goes
there.
on the boat.
He's sitting there trying to relax because he knows that the funds transfer is coming in 2 business days.
I love this smug Kevin Bacon sitting there.
I know.
And he's like not having a good time either. Like he's sitting there not because he wants to be there, because he has to be there.
Yeah, because it was his only option, I guess.
Yeah.
And like Sam gives him a chore. He's supposed to go over and like he takes this winch and like, you know, find out what's going on with that sail that's you know, a little loose over
over
there.
on starboard, you know, take a look over on the port, and like he's saying all the sailor terminology,
Yes.
and Kevin Bacon's like, I don't know what the fuck you just said. I love it.
Yeah, he tells him to go over to starboard and find out what's going on with that sail.
Yeah.
And he then puts it in more layman's terms, says, you see that sail over there? How it's like, you know, a little, it looks pretty loose. You go over there and find out if that belt that's hanging down, if it's catching on something.
Yeah.
So he does. He goes over there. And that's when he, Sam, releases like one of these yard arms, and it goes over and it knocks Duquette into the ocean.
Yep, he falls overboard, and then Sam is like, "Oh man, I forgot to tell you, you know, make sure you're holding on." And he starts, you know, he's talking to himself, I guess, because Duquette's overboard. He goes over and he's like looking around, trying to look where Duquette is, but Duquette has climbed back on board because he had a hold of that rope.
Yeah,
and he hauled himself back up. And I love this. He gets up and he looks at Matt Dillon and he says, "Nice try, motherfucker." Which is just like such, it's just overboard.
Oh yeah,
right? Like,
yeah, it
I
is.
love it.
Yeah, it's way like beyond like anything you would say in that
It's
moment.
so melodramatic.
Of course, yeah.
It's awesome. And he starts to like attack Sam, and they get in like a little fist fight here. And then from out of nowhere, a harpoon hits Duquette in the leg. We don't know where this harpoon came from. But he looks down and he's like, "Oh my God, my leg." And he looks up past the camera at something and says, "You're dead." And then we cut to Susie standing there with the harpoon gun.
And a blonde wig.
She looks like the girl from Waterworld with the map tattoo on her back.
That's right. That's what that hairdo is. You're
Yeah,
right.
it's the Waterworld haircut.
Yes.
And, I mean, they're on the boat.
I mean, yeah,
That makes
it
sense.
fits. But she's standing there with that harpoon. She got him with it. And like, yeah, when he yells, "You're dead." Like the movie now at this point knows how ridiculous it is.
It's become just entirely over the top.
Yes, and it's self-aware.
It knows it.
Right.
Yeah. And so, yeah, she loads the gun again and she fires it at him and hits him, I guess, in the shoulder or somewhere. And he ends up flying overboard. And this time, I'm assuming he's dead this time.
Yeah, he doesn't get any ropes this time. He's been harpooned twice and he's unable to swim.
And I think before she fires, she gives some speech about like how you killed Davy in the swamp or something. And like
that was the whole motivation for her killing him here, is be like to get revenge for Davy.
Yeah. And so blammo in the shoulder, back into the ocean.
Yep.
You're dead.
And throughout this whole thing, like Sam is just standing there with his drink, casually watching it. And when like Duquette says, "You know, you're dead," Sam's just like, "I told you," and he's like kind of feeling smug and arrogant about it. He's happy that this is going on.
Oh yeah, man. Because I mean, he knew this was the plan, right? Like, we'll get out here. Susie's hiding on the boat. You know, then we kill Duquette.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love it too because there's so many twists, right? Like, we've already mentioned like 4 or 5 plot twists that have happened, and all the characters, it feels appropriate that each character knows or does not know what's happening with everyone.
Yep.
This is like a balancing act. Like, it's a house of cards, like you said at the beginning, right? Like, and I read that like during the shooting, like all the actors, everyone was constantly like consulting the script supervisor, the director, like, all right, what do I know? Like,
yeah.
What are my motivations in this moment? Like, what has been revealed yet? Like, I don't know what I should do. How do I have to play this?
Right. You'd have to know everything that the character knows. Otherwise, it would not ring true. And especially if you shot it out of sequence, like, how is that going to work?
Oh my God. Yeah.
Man.
I didn't think about that.
Yep.
But, now it's just Sam and Susie on this boat, and Susie gets out some champagne or something, and they pour drinks, and she gives Sam this drink, and he's about to take a sip, and he has this moment where he thinks, like, wait a minute. Wait a minute. She's going to poison me.
Yeah.
Something bad's going to happen, because now it's just the two of us.
Right.
She notices that and says, Sam, I'm not going to poison you. I can't drive this boat. You're going to have to teach me to drive it before I poison you.
Right.
You know, like playing it like I'm not going to kill you. Like, she's joking about it, right? And he's kind of like, well, okay, you're right. And takes a sip. Oh my God, dude.
Yeah. Are you serious, Sam?
Seriously? Just don't drink.
Don't drink. If she harpoons you, then fine. You know, like, if she smacks you in the face and forces you to drink, okay, that works too. But like, don't just let her poison you like this. God. You had that instinct before you took the drink. Act on that instinct. You stole money. You're in a scheme.
Oh my God. And so he takes the sip, and then as soon as he does that, Susie starts like tending to the boat a little bit.
Yes.
And then like starts giving some speech about, you know, Sam, you've always kind of just drifted, right? Drifted through life, through school and college and everything. And I bet you took like a lot of like multiple choice tests and stuff, like kind of insulting him.
Yeah.
And she gives him like this pop quiz about like how, I forget the literary character she references, but like
Helios,
like how, someone poisoned this, or someone did something to kill this guy on the Helios, and
Medea did the poisoning.
Yeah. And so how did she do it? You know, like sword or poison? And he's like, poison. Yeah.
And he's choking.
He's like choking
right.
as it's happening.
Right.
And he realizes, man, I'm an idiot. I shouldn't have drank that.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I forgot my Greek tragedies.
Yes. Oh, thanks for reminding me. Yes. Yeah. But yeah, she killed this guy, and then he gets knocked overboard.
I think the boat is called Helios.
It is.
Well.
It says Helios on.
Okay.
It's the name of the ship.
Yes.
Yeah. So that was planned by Nev Campbell, apparently.
I guess. Yeah.
Yeah. And like, while this is all kind of happening, we see Perez back in Florida going to Susie's gator ranch where her grandma is, and she's like talking to the grandma and like that Walter guy.
Yeah.
Who might be her brother. We're not sure.
Right. Right.
And they reveal that Susie has always been like super intelligent.
Yeah.
And she was tested and has an IQ of 200, something like that. And she can do anything she sets her mind to. And it's supposed to be this big reveal about how Susie is the mastermind.
Yeah.
She planned all of this. And this is the end. She's finally wiped everyone out and has all the money to herself.
And what she said about like how, oh, Sam, you'll have to teach me how to, you know, drive this boat before I kill you. After she kills Sam, we see her expertly sailing, like taking command of the ship.
Right, yeah.
And she's just like, oh, going back to safety, going back to shore.
Right. And I think Walter is back there and Perez is talking to him. He's like selling Susie's old sailboat. Like, oh yeah, she was a great sailor.
Yeah.
So she kept that hidden from everyone, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and then Perez kind of walks away and has a realization, oh my God, I think Susie might have been behind all of this. Which, I guess too late now, I guess. But yeah, and Susie is sailing that boat off into the sunset. Man. We get that great aerial shot of her driving that boat. I love it. And she's in that like yellow one-piece bathing suit with the blonde hair. It looks strange. Like, the outfit looks strange. Like she's a Power Ranger or something. It's unusual.
Because, I mean, like, anything Neve Campbell wears and looks, she's going to look great. But
Right.
like it doesn't look like Susie anymore.
No, and I guess that's the point.
Yeah.
And so that's the end. We get the credits now. But
Right.
interspersed in the credits are a bunch of scenes that reveal all the setups in the movie.
And ordinarily, I feel that when the credits come up, the movie's over. But we make an exception here because it's just an audacious move to use the credits to fill in the gaps and have another twist on top of the twist we just watched.
I know!
Like, we already know that, like, Susie masterminded all this, but we now know she really masterminded this. Like, it wasn't even a thing where she was ever in cahoots with somebody. She just came to Sam and blackmailed him with pictures of him having sex with Kelly.
Yeah.
And doing drugs. That's what started all this.
Yeah.
And then she has this scheme in her head that she's going to extort the Van Ryans for a fortune, and here's how we're going to do it.
Right. We see that blackmail scene. Then we see her pitching Sam the idea of getting Duquette involved, and we see Sam approach Duquette in that Gator bar.
Yes.
What are you drinking? And then it cuts back to more credits. And then we see Neve Campbell pulling her own teeth out on that beach. And what I love about this little reveal is that Sam is so squeamish. He's trying to like pull them out of her mouth, and she's like, fuck, you're doing it wrong, you know? And he's like about to vomit at the thought of pulling someone's teeth out. And she's like, let me do it. And she like rips her own teeth out. Oh.
Which tells you also that like all that manipulation we'd seen on the phone calls, that was all show.
Yeah.
Like that wasn't actually Sam.
No.
He's not capable of that. He was put up to that by Susie. The whole thing. Susie was masterminding every move he made. She could anticipate every conversation. And you know, when she sends Sam into that bar to get Ray, and he walks in, what are you drinking? Imagine if that love scene had happened.
Yeah.
Like now we're seeing like how they met.
Right.
And maybe why Duquette would have come with him in on this scheme. Oh, well, this man's very attractive and so forth.
Maybe that night at that bar they hooked up or something.
Yeah, that was their first time.
Yeah.
Right.
So it became a whole love quadrangle,
Yes,
you know?
that's right.
And then we get another scene of when Duquette goes and shoots Kelly, and we get to see how that played out. He totally framed it up.
Yep.
Like, he killed her before even like getting the gun out.
Yeah,
of that cabinet.
Because he killed her with his police issue, his 9mm, and then he got into the gun safe and pulled one of their, like the Walther, out of their thing, and he used a cloth so that it wouldn't get his prints on it. He puts the gun in Kelly's hands, and with her prints now on it, he fires a round into his shoulder using her fingers.
Yep. Then we get our final little scene here. What you said, there's another twist here. We see Ken, Bill Murray's lawyer, showing up and sitting down at a table on a beach somewhere, and it's Susie that he's sitting with. He has a briefcase on the table, opens it up. He says, I've got the usual cash and the checks, and like all the offshore accounts are in order, just like normal, plus my usual fee. And apparently this is something, maybe they've done business like this before.
Yeah.
This is another twist. Ken has been in on this from the beginning.
So he's not like a shyster lawyer. He is. That's what he's playing. He's a con man posing as, and he's like admitted to the bar, but he's doing like, this stuff on the side.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Right.
And so, yeah, that does confirm, yeah, Susie definitely masterminded this.
Right.
And I love it. Susie walks away with the briefcase, and then Ken says, hey, Susie, be good.
Uh-huh.
I don't know about you, but I think Bill Murray is dynamite in this movie.
Oh, I agree. Of course he is.
And I like Bill Murray. I don't love Bill Murray. Sometimes I find him grating and not funny.
Yeah.
Or he's doing a little too much Bill Murray in his roles. But he's awesome in this. He's awesome in a lot of things, but he's really good in this role.
Yes, and I know what you mean. Like whenever he's not on, it's obvious.
Right, yeah. And a lot of great comic actors are like that. Like Will Ferrell is like that a
Yeah.
lot too. Like so many of them. But
like Lost in Translation is a great movie, and this one is not as great as Lost in Translation, but he's like in both films, he's suited to the role.
yeah, entirely.
Yeah.
And so that's the end of the movie there.
Right.
That's
it's the
end.
actual end.
That's
now.
the actual real end, and I think that's like 8 plot twists or something.
Which I guess technically is cheating, but like the movie is so entertaining and it defies genre convention, so you let it slide.
Yeah, and I read that the screenwriter, Steven Peters, he said that he wrote all these twists in and stacked them on so thick to almost satirize these kind of twists that happen in erotic thrillers.
Right.
And that was like kind of the point. But he also wrote it so well that they worked just as plot twists.
And that's the great thing about it, is that when you satirize something, the best way to do it is to be like super familiar with what you're satirizing and to have affection for what you're satirizing.
Right, yeah.
So yeah, he did a great job.
I agree. All right, Dave, anything else?
A few things. In the trailer, when Susie is first approached by Perez and Duquette, we mentioned the music. It's the best song on the soundtrack, I think. It's Not an Addict by Kay's Choice.
Yes,
Great
I
song.
agree. When I heard it come on, I'm like, God dang it. This movie's really hitting.
That's right, dude.
Like, dude,
nostalgia bomb.
It's getting good.
And then the book that Susie was reading, we mentioned like the Greek tragedy stuff and everything like that. That's a big theme in this, but she's also reading Death on the Installment Plan by Louis Ferdinand Celine. And I guess some of the events of the book, the grotesqueries, are also part of, like what's in this movie. Some of those same themes are there.
Okay, cool.
And then the last thing was, second to last thing I should say, this movie is directed by John McNaughton. His other episode on our show was Henry, Portrait of a Serial Killer.
Woo, baby.
I mean, like, it's so funny. Many filmmakers have varied output and they work in different styles, but these two movies feel like they were made on different planets.
Yeah.
I mean, incredible.
Yeah, totally different.
Yes. And then the last thing was the principal. He's played by an actor, Dennis Neal. And when he's first introduced, he's reading the school newspaper. And I bring this up because the paper he's holding is this cheap but oft-used prop that I guarantee you've seen in other TV shows and movies. It's this like fake-looking single-sheet broadside, and whenever a character holds it up, we see the word sports in all caps at the top banner. And it was used several times in Saved by the Bell. This exact newspaper. Like, you've seen it in tons of other stuff. And whenever it comes up there or anywhere, I always think just like, why wouldn't the filmmaker just pay like an extra $10 to create a realistic prop instead of this thing?
Or get a real paper.
Or get a real newspaper. I mean, like, it's not a huge deal, but these are the kinds of things that I just feel the need to comment on.
Oh my God, that's awesome. Oh, dude. I had one thing I wanted to add here.
Okay.
There is a deleted scene in the unrated version that alters Susie's motivations from what they were in the theatrical version. Like, it takes place near the end of the movie when Detective Perez is at Susie's grandmother's gator farm, and it's revealed to Detective Perez that Susie's father is actually Sandra Van Ryan's dad, aka Kelly's grandfather.
Oh.
So this would mean that Susie is Sandra Van Ryan's half-sister and technically the heir to the Van Ryan fortune, and not Kelly. And this also makes Susie Kelly's aunt, which means that both in Kelly's swimming pool and the threesome with Sam Lombardo, they have committed incest.
So even when there's a deleted scene, we can't get away from this topic.
No, not at all.
What the fuck are we doing with our lives?
I have no idea. This is the Summer of Sleaze. I'll allow it. No, I am glad they removed this because it's completely ridiculous.
Yeah, it's too much.
In a movie filled with ridiculous scenarios and insane plot twists, this is just one step over the line.
You're right.
I mean, the grandfather's not even a character, right? Like, and it's not only because of the incest thing, it's because it's like a forced exposition dump about characters that aren't even in the movie and motivations that haven't had any kind of setup or like real payoff. Like, it's just bad writing. I'm glad it's gone.
I agree. Yeah, that would have been like, that would have been overkill. Not like the movie isn't overkill to begin with, but like that's another level.
I don't like it.
No.
So I'm glad it's gone.
Right.
All right, Dave, would you recommend this movie?
Dude, full-throated recommend. Yeah, Wild Things, everybody see it.
Yes, this is a must-see. Take your grandkids. All right, so that wraps things up. If you like what you heard, please subscribe to the show anywhere you get your podcasts. Rate it, review it, and most of all, share it. It gets more dudes listening to the dudes, and you can go to dudesonmovies.com and find anything you need right there.
Yep, we're on Facebook, Blue Sky, TikTok, and Instagram. Look for Dudes on Movies, and our email address is dudesonmovies@gmail.com.
That's right, and Dave, we have a question of the week. What is the question of the week?
What are your favorite erotic thrillers?
That's a great question, and stay tuned next week when we discuss 1986's Chopping Mall, directed by Jim Wynorski and starring Kelly Maroney and Tony O'Dell. So until next week, I'm your dude Scott.
I'm your dude Dave.
And we'll see you next time.